The Galactic Council Hall was larger than any city on Earth. Bright lights floated in the air, and massive alien figures sat in wide circles. This was the first time Earth had been invited to stand before the galaxy. At the center of the hall stood one human. He was called Earth's prototype, tall, calm, and silent. He wore a simple suit, with no symbols of rank. He did not look powerful, and that made many aliens smile. A loud voice echoed through the hall. "So, this is Earth's best creation." Another voice followed with laughter. "He looks fragile. He would not survive one cycle on my world." Soon the hall filled with mocking sounds. Some aliens tapped their claws in amusement. Others shared jokes in low tones. To them, Earth was a weak world with low technology and no threat. The human did not react. He stood straight, hands at his sides, eyes forward. His breathing was slow and controlled. He had trained for this moment his entire life. High above, on a raised platform, sat the alien queen. Her presence alone silenced entire worlds. Beside her stood the alien princess, holding her young child close. The child's eyes were wide, watching everything. As the laughter grew louder, the child began to shake. The noise, the emotions, the cruelty filled the air. The child's small hands tightened around the princess's robe. The princess leaned down, whispering softly. Then something unexpected happened. The child pulled away. Small feet moved quickly across the smooth floor. Gasps spread through the hall. The alien child ran past guards, past nobles, past beings of great power, straight toward the human, without slowing down. The child hid behind him. Small hands grabbed the back of the human's coat. The laughter stopped instantly. The hall became silent. Even the floating lights seemed to pause. Guards raised their weapons. Council members stood from their seats. No one could believe what they were seeing. The human felt the child trembling behind him. He slowly lowered one hand, not turning around. His movement was calm, careful, protective. The child pressed closer. The alien queen stood up. Her eyes were wide, filled with shock. She took one step forward, then another. Her voice did not come at first. The princess rushed toward them but stopped halfway. She could feel it too. The child was not afraid anymore. "This is impossible," whispered one council member. "The child senses danger," said another. "They only trust those with true control." The queen finally spoke. Her voice carried power and disbelief. "Why did you choose him?" The child did not answer, but the trembling stopped. The small hands relaxed. The human finally spoke for the first time. His voice was low and steady. "I will not harm the child." Those simple words sent a strange feeling through the hall. The scanners began to activate on their own. Data streams started appearing above the human. Confusion spread across alien faces. Their laughter was gone, replaced by unease. The queen raised her hand, stopping the guards. Her eyes never left the human. In that moment, she understood something had changed. Earth's prototype was no longer a joke, and the galaxy had just made a terrible mistake by laughing first. The silence inside the Galactic Council hall felt heavy. No one laughed now. No one whispered jokes. Every eye was fixed on the human and the small alien child hiding behind him. The guards stood frozen, weapons raised but unsure. They had been trained to protect royalty, yet the child had chosen a stranger from a mocked world. The alien queen slowly lowered her raised hand. Her command was clear. No one moves. The human remained still. He did not turn around. He did not speak again. His calm presence felt strange even to himself. The princess took a careful step forward. Her voice trembled. "My child," but the child did not move. Instead, the child tightened their grip on the human's coat. A soft sound escaped their lips. Not fear, but comfort. Murmurs spread through the council. "This has never happened before. The child can sense danger. They only trust those with perfect control." The queen listened to every word. Her sharp eyes studied the human. She had seen warriors, rulers, and monsters, but never someone like him. "Earth's representative," the queen said. Her voice echoed across the hall. "Explain this." The human slowly raised his head. He met the queen's gaze without fear. "I did nothing," he said. "I only stood here." That answer confused them even more. Aliens believed power was loud. Strength was shown through force, yet this human showed neither. Behind him, the child peeked out slightly. Large eyes watched the queen, then the council, then returned to the human's back. The princess felt her breath catch. Her child had always reacted strongly to emotions. Crowds scared them. Aggression terrified them. But now, calm had replaced fear. The Queen turned to her advisors. "Run a deep scan," she ordered. Floating machines moved closer to the human. Energy lights passed over his body. Numbers and symbols appeared in the air. Gasps followed. "What is this gravity resistance? These readings are impossible." The council began to argue loudly. "Earth is a low-thread world. This data must be wrong. No species survives that pressure." The human listened, but did not react. He had heard this before. On Earth, during training, during testing, the child suddenly stepped forward. Standing beside the human now, still close, but not hiding. This shocked the princess even more. The chat had never done this before, never stepped toward uncertainty. The Queen raised her voice, silencing the room. "Enough." She approached slowly. Each step filled the hall with tension. She stopped only a short distance away. The child looked up at the human, then gently touched his hand. The contact was small, but the meaning was massive. A strange expression crossed the Queen's face. Recognition mixed with fear. She remembered ancient records, old warnings from the stars, about species born under crushing worlds. Species that learned control before power. "Earth did not send a weapon," the Queen said quietly. "They sent restraint." The hall grew uneasy. Aliens shifted in their seats. The laughter from earlier felt like a distant memory. The Queen looked directly at the human, her voice firm. "Tell me," she said, "what exactly did Earth make you for?" The scanners suddenly spiked. Alarms began to hum softly, and the galaxy realized the answer might change everything. The soft hum of scanners filled the council hall. Light and data moved faster above the human. Numbers changed again and again. No one spoke at first. The alien Queen raised her hand once more. "Stop the scan," she commanded. The machines froze in place. She turned toward the council. Her voice was calm but heavy. "You are afraid because you do not understand." Some council members protested. "This is impossible biology. No species survives such pressure." The Queen did not look at them. Her eyes stayed on the human. "And yet," she said, "he stands." The child remained close to the human's side, not hiding now, not trembling. The child's senses felt peace where chaos should be. The princess watched silently. Her heart pounded. She knew her child's gift better than anyone. It had never failed. The Queen began to speak again. "Long ago, before empires and councils, there were records lost to time. Warnings passed between stars. Some worlds," the Queen said, "are born cruel. They crush the weak and shape the strong." She stepped closer to the human. "You evolved under constant strain. Gravity that never forgives." Holographic images appeared. A small blue world, heavy oceans, dense air, relentless pull. "This pressure," the Queen continued, "teaches control before strength, survival before pride." Murmurs spread. Aliens began to connect the data: bone density, muscle structure, nervous system control. The human finally spoke again. "We call it home." The simplicity of the words unsettled them. For them, such a world would be a death sentence. The Queen turned to the child. "Why him?" she asked softly. The child tilted their head, searching for words. "He is quiet," the child said. "He is safe." The hall froze again, not because of fear, but because of understanding. The Queen closed her eyes briefly, then opened them with resolve. "Earth did not create a soldier," she announced. "They created balance." She faced the council. "You laughed because you measured power by noise, but silence is often stronger." The princess stepped forward. Tears filled her eyes. "My child senses storms inside minds," she said, "and he found none in." This human, this truth, struck deeper than any weapon. A being trained for restraint, living under constant pressure, able to hold chaos inside without breaking. The scanners reactivated on their own. New symbols appeared. Threat assessments changed rapidly. Council members grew uneasy. "This changes everything. We misjudged Earth." The Queen raised her voice. "No," she said, "you underestimated it." She turned back to the human. Her tone was no longer cold. "What is your designation?" The human answered, "I am a prototype, made to endure." The child reached for his hand again, this time without fear, without hesitation. The Queen felt a chill pass through her, not of fear, but of respect. She understood now. Earth had sent a message, not with words, but with presence. and the galaxy was only beginning to realize that the pressure which breaks others had forged humanity into something rare, something dangerous. The council hall felt different now. The air that once carried laughter now carried fear. Seats that once held relaxed figures now held stiff bodies. Alien leaders whispered among themselves. Their eyes kept returning to the human, to the child standing calmly at his side. Threat displays floated above the council. Earth's status changed line by line, from insignificant to unknown to potentially dangerous. "This is exaggeration," one council member said. "No single human can represent a whole species." The queen turned sharply. "One human survived, what your kind cannot," she replied. "That alone demands respect." The human remained silent. He felt the weight of many gazes, but pressure was nothing new to him. Guards lowered their weapons slowly, not out of trust, but uncertainty. The princess stepped closer to her child. She placed a gentle hand on their shoulder, yet the child did not move away from the human. "This changes alliances," another council member warned. Earth could become a threat. The human finally spoke again, his voice calm and clear. "We are not here to threaten anyone. We only want to be seen." Those words struck deeper than anger ever could. Seen, not feared, not mocked. The queen studied him carefully. "Many say that," she said. "Few mean it." The child looked up at the queen. "He means it," the child said softly. A wave of silence followed. No one dared to question the child's gift now. The queen took a deep breath. She raised her staff, a symbol of final authority. "Earth's prototype," she announced. "Step forward." The human obeyed. Each step echoed through the hall. The child walked with him, never letting go. Some aliens leaned back in fear. Others watched with awe. "You were mocked," the queen continued. "You were tested without consent, and yet you remained calm." She paused. "That is not weakness." The council displays flickered again. New words appeared. Endurant class. High resilience species. The queen turned to the council. "From this moment," she declared, "Earth is no longer a minor world." Gasps filled the hall. Arguments tried to rise, but the queen's presence crushed them. The princess felt pride and fear mix inside her. Her child had changed the fate of a world. The human lowered his head slightly, a sign of respect, not submission. "We were wrong," one council member admitted. "Our laughter blinded us." The queen's gaze hardened. "Laughter often does," she said. She stepped back toward her throne. "But this is not finished," she added. "The galaxy must decide how to face a species shaped by pressure." The child squeezed the human's hand once more, a silent promise of trust. The human understood then. This moment was not about him alone. It was about Earth. The fear in the hall was not of violence, but of realization. The realization that humanity had endured silently, and silence was far more terrifying than noise. The Galactic Council hall no longer felt like a place of judgment. It felt like a place of history. Every being present understood that something permanent was about to happen. The queen returned to her throne, her expression calm but serious. The council waited for her words. "Today," the queen began, "we correct a mistake." She raised her staff. Holographic records spread across the hall. Earth's name appeared larger than before. "Humanity evolved under constant pressure," she said, "not only physical, but emotional and social. They learned restraint before dominance." The human stood quietly. The child remained beside him, still holding his hand. The princess watched with pride. Her child had never trusted anyone this quickly, and never on such a scale. The queen continued, "Earth does not seek conquest. They seek recognition." The council displays changed one final time. A new status appeared. "Protector species candidate." Gasps echoed. Some council members protested, but their voices were weak now. "The child has chosen," the queen said firmly, "and that choice carries weight older than this council." She turned toward the human. "You will return to Earth with this message. The galaxy sees you." The human nodded slowly. "We will remember this," he said. The child stepped forward, releasing the human's hand at last. "Come back," the child said softly. Those simple words struck deeper than any ceremony. The human knelt slightly, meeting the child's eyes. "I will," he replied. The princess placed her hand over her heart, a gesture of respect rarely given to outsiders. The queen stood one last time. "Let this day be recorded," she declared, "the day humanity was recognized." The hall responded in silence. Not mockery, not fear, but respect. As the human turned to leave, many eyes followed him. The laughter from the past felt small and foolish now. Outside the council hall, stars stretched endlessly. Heavy worlds and light worlds alike. The human paused for a moment, feeling the familiar pull of gravity beneath his feet. The pressure that had shaped him, the pressure that had shaped Earth. Behind him, the child watched, sensing something rare, a quiet strength that did not need to prove itself. The galaxy had learned a lesson that day. Power does not always roar. Sometimes it stands silently, enduring. Earth had not arrived with weapons, it arrived with control, and from that moment on, humanity was no longer something to laugh at, it was something to respect.